Professor Yossi Yona here with us as a former member of Israeli parliament in the Labor Party. Yossi, great to have you back with us. Let's talk first about this primary, rare primary, first in years where Benjamin Netanyahu is really being challenged. What kind of impact, if any, do you think it'll have on the end game in terms of if a government will actually finally be formed after the March election?
Well, actually, we see here as a two-stage strategy on part of Netanyahu. First, he would like very much to win with a big, great, gap between him and the second candidate, Sar. Now, if he succeeds in doing that, there would be a big gap. That would probably give him a boost towards the upcoming election, saying, well, look, I'm an uncontested leader. Look, the kind of support that I'm able to gain. And that probably, yeah, it would play a role. And then, of course, the second stage would be to win at least 61 seats in the parliament on part of the right wing, so that they would be able to form a coalition government. This is actually the plan on part of Netanyahu. So I think that he would be successful in achieving the first stage. It is not that all that clear whether would be able actually, to exploit this gain or this advantage in the upcoming elections.
After all, he did fail twice to form a government, as did Gantz. One time, not clear what is going to be different this time around.
Right, and Yossi, it seems like Blue and White, their strategy may be hoping to pick up some disgruntled Likud voters, maybe the Gidon Sar supporters who may be dissatisfied with Netanyahu winning the primary. Is that a viable strategy?
Well, I would act the same, because if you look at the kind of animosity experienced by what you described, the disgruntled people, I mean, the kind of the nasty, I would say, campaign that Netanyahu and his supporters running within the Likud party would lead some of those people to say, what on earth are we doing in this party? I mean, we are totally alienated. So it might bring them, to think about it, whether they would like to stay in the party or maybe, to give to transfer their support from the Likud party to the White and Blue party. Yeah, it is indeed. There is fair prospect that this might happen.
Well, yes, we went out on the streets of Tel Aviv to see how voters in this Likud primary feel. We went down to the Tel Aviv's Hatikva market. Let's take a listen.
There's a replacement for Netanyahu. There's no replacement for Netanyahu.
Gidon Sar. I don't support Netanyahu. I want to change the government and to see what will come afterwards.
Of course, Netanyahu. Is there anyone better? Good job, Sar, but he should wait for Netanyahu to quit.
All right, so some mixed reviews. We'll really see. I mean, the big question is how big of a gap there will be between them. As you just mentioned, nobody really expects Netanyahu to lose this. Let's talk about his real rival, his real opposition, though. You mentioned him, Benny Gantz, the head of the Blue and White Party. What do you think the center or the center-left, whatever you want to call them, have to do differently this time around to actually win this?
I think that they're doing pretty well, and let us think about the kind of scenarios that might, would be forthcoming, in the next election. I don't see that the right-wing bloc would be able to gain the 61 seat. If we're going again to a tie, so it is very clear that Netanyahu's era is over.
But people said that last time around in the second election.
Yeah, but I think that patience is running very thin, either within party members and in the general public. I don't think that the political system would be able to contain another elections. I don't think that the Israeli public would allow for that to happen. So I can guarantee you, and I'm taking the risk of saying that there would not be forced election.
Speaking on the center-left bloc that you used to be a part of, the leader of your former party, Labor, Amir Peretz, at this point declining to join forces with another left-wing party, Meretz. Is that a good strategy for his party and for the left?
Look, I mean, the last time he really he was gambling and he won the jackpot. I don't know whether he would be able to repeat this thing. There is indeed a very danger of total disappearance from the political scene. I think that he is entertaining seriously the possibility, and I don't know what ground he has for that there was some kind of a movement from soft right-wing people coming to Labour Party, and that trend would be reinforced in the next elections. I'm not all that sure. Actually, I'm very skeptical that this scenario would actually materialize. So I do believe, and I think that, I mean, as a month from now, they would have to submit.
He may change his mind in the coming years.
That depends on the public polls. If the public polls show that dwindling, and they're actually in the danger of not passing the threshold percentage, allowing them to win some seats in the parliament, probably he would rethink about it.
A reminder to our viewers that you need 4 seats in parliament to get through, which means parties have, we've already seen them in these last elections just completely falling off the political map. Some of them revived, coming back from the dead. Yossi Yona, thanks so much for being here with us.